Yeah, unfortunately, being blind is complicated. That's our entire lives.
Reader, all items, script reading.
I'm going to Dream Reader. Yep, speak.
6. Photo books. Books.
Media control, Skywolf's call.
There.
Accessibility volume set to 100%. Reader, accessibility.
Ebooks are now a well-established format for publishing, and that has opened up a whole new world for young people with print disabilities. Blind or partially sighted kids and teens can now use smartphones or other devices to read books with text-to-voice and enlargeable fonts. But ebooks made for the general public still have some serious roadblocks for these readers. Images and illustrations are a problem, and tables of contents and navigation are too often dependent on visual prompts. Fortunately, new standards are being adopted for creating truly accessible ebooks.
VoiceOver would like to send you notifications.
How I would define accessible is it's basically something that's really thoughtfully made with image descriptions, with structure and hierarchy, and with some attention to this totality of the content and how it will get read.
Hunters with rifles were encouraged to shoot buffalo.
Skywolf's Call by Eldon Yellowhorn and Kathy Lowinger, and published by Anik Press, is a great example of a book that has built-in accessibility features, such as text-to-speech compatibility, text customization, enhanced structure and navigation, and image descriptions, or alt text. Abby is fully blind and uses a cell phone for her reading, so her interaction with the phone is entirely through sound and touch.
For me, it's the audio settings because I'm a very audio-based person.
Text-to-speech compatibility, ensuring that the text in the EPUB is compatible with screen reader software so that users can have the book read aloud to them. To read a book, Abby uses a screen reader app on her phone to convert all the information to sound.
See, I can go line by line if I want to.
To Eva Handor. Copyright sign 2020 to Eldon Yellowhorn.
I can also have it play as an audio track if I want to.
Fellow heroes, the people of Fort Peck giving back as part of Indigenous knowledge. The Assiniboine and Sioux tribes on the Fort Peck Reservation of Montana are repaying the gift of the buffalo by helping to restore them to the Great Plains.
Text customization, allowing users to customize the text size, font, color, and flow to accommodate reading preferences and visual needs.
Oh, I found it. I found the bigger font.
Morgan has partial vision. She uses text-to-speech for reading, but she's also able to see some things on a phone or tablet.
I went down to a little tab down here at the bottom.
To make text easier to see, Morgan can adjust fonts, colors, and contrast.
There is this third one here. It has all the fonts. And I changed it down to this one here, and it made it bolder. And then I also, this line up here, and I made it all the way across, so it made it bigger. Black and bigger, like black, bolder, bigger contrast. Usually, if I'm reading a document or something, like 24 or bigger, like it just makes it like different fonts, colors, and sizes.
Enhanced content structure and clear navigation without depending on visual prompts.
Headings that are marked as headings, and it will be easy to navigate from a chapter heading to a subheading to an aside or a sidebar that has a heading. So you'll be able to skip through to all of those portions because it's well structured and has hierarchical integrity.
Select navigation unit. Pop-up window. 15 seconds. 30 seconds. 60 seconds. Sentence. Paragraph. Chapter.
So what I just did there is I went past the percentage to the navigational unit section.
Paragraph.
I can go by paragraph, which means if there's an exact spot I want to, I bookmarked this page area where I heard this interesting point, but I want to go from paragraph so I can quote this properly.
Image descriptions. Alternative text for images and other non-text content makes them accessible and gives users better understanding of the content.
Properly describing images. You'll find quite often in some editions you'll have alt text on an image that just says an image of a bird, whereas a better done edition could say something along the lines of a black-capped chickadee perches on a cedar bough in front of a blue sky background. And Skywolf's calls, alt text descriptions are more along those lines.
Reminders. 31 tap books. Books. Double tap.
Got it.
Photo of a boy wading in a stream, holding a pole with some kind of bucket or noose on it. Heading.
That's what it is. I just tap it and it tells me what it is.
Thanks in part to the Canadian Accessible Books Initiative, many publishers are now striving to produce born accessible content. Accessible ebooks are better ebooks by their very nature, versatile and agile and ready to be read by all kinds of readers.
The biggest challenge I think kids have is honestly just finding the books that they want to read in the format they want to read them in.
Maybe just more accessible in general, and it's all ebook, which we're doing right now, which is really great.
Our ways of viewing the world are different. One size fits all is not a thing, especially when it comes to accessibility.
Reader. Accessibility.